Hi everyone, welcome to the latest Citizen vlog, courtesy of my website that backs all this, moviegamenostalgia.com. Allows me the time to do this and put this together for you. Hope you enjoy it. Please push the old subscribe button and push the bell notification so you know when these vlogs are coming out. As you know, there's a couple of City Pass vlogs out at the moment, covering things like Roy Cheetham and Ron Saunders, little tributes to them, and also one looking back at December 1993, and there will be a City Pass vlog out over the next few days, which looks at January 1977. Another interesting time. They're always interesting times. We say, hey, you know, all right, we're getting our trophy count up now, aren't we? But we've always been a quite historic club and always had things to it of interest in our history. So January 1977 was quite interesting. We're going for the league title. Obviously going for an FA Cup, etc. So that's a good little thing. Anyway, that's it. That's Citizen. That's the City Pass vlogs. Please have a look at those on the playlist, which are all the links are below in the comments. Right, let's have a look at what we're looking at today. We're looking at Oxford United 1, Manchester City 3 in the Carabao Cup quarter-final. I'm going to have a look, obviously, on Twitterverse and look at Stuart Brennan Watch, where we look at his player ratings from last night, and I'll give you my little ratings for what they were from last night, which it's interesting. I've been looking on social media and a lot of people have a lot of different views on last night, which is quite interesting, but it's all about opinions, isn't it? So there you go. Everyone's entitled to an opinion. As long as we all support City, we all get there eventually, don't we? And obviously we're going to look forward to the Leicester game at the weekend in the Premier League. Very important game for City, obviously. Leicester at home. And that's it. That's all we're doing today. So let's get on with it. Oxford against City, right? Let's have a look at this. The team, well, a little bit different to I thought. I mean, I was surprised. I did expect Garcia and Howard Bellis to be the centre backs. I did say that last week. A little bit surprised Angelino was put in there as well. And it's Angelino, not Angelino, as the commentator was annoyingly saying last night during the game. I don't know who he is. I think he's got previous for this as well. So Angelino, not Angelino, not his Brazilian cousin, Angelino. Anyway, Angelino was a bit of a surprise, but obviously because I thought Zinchenko might be in there, but he was in there as well. So there you go. He was in there alongside Rodri and Foden in a sort of midfield, wasn't he? We're all good to see Foden, Bernardo, Mahrez and Sterling. Yeah, pretty much as I thought, to be honest with you. Although I thought Jesus would have played, but I thought he might be rested. But I would have perhaps liked to have seen Braff in there, but hey, wasn't going to be, was it? Right, obviously we've got the good, the bad, and the ugly, which is what I do on most of the games. So I'll go through the game as it was. I mean, the first half, well, mainly sort of okay to just scraping a good because we did go back in charge, didn't we? But let's look at the stats first. The stats for the game that might border on bad and ugly, to be honest with you. 34% possession for Oxford, 66% for City, which is probably normal, not unusual. But look at this. Oxford, 18 shots for 5 on target. City, 18 shots, 4 on target. Last year, we played Oxford in September. They had 1 shot off target in the whole game. Have Oxford improved that much? Or have City deteriorated? I think it's more in line with City deteriorating. That was pretty dreadful. I mean, and I think City deteriorated. I think Pep sort of had a hint at it. I've not had a chance to watch the game back at the wonderful City app's not updated any even highlights yet of the game. So I had a quick look on YouTube. I had a look at a few of the highlights again. And obviously listening to Pep's brief press conference afterwards, about 3.5 minutes, but we'll perhaps go into that a little bit later with the Arteta business. Yeah, and he did say we played a more experienced team last year, and this just shows the difference. Last year we did. I think we had, I think he mentioned we had Otamendi and company playing at centre backs. You know, and these players didn't need to be rested, but we are to the bare bones defensively. So, yeah, I think that experience at the back was great first half. We stood our own, but obviously as time went on, I think the youthfulness of the team they put out obviously paid, and it allowed Oxford to get back into it. And we both had 18 shots. We both had 6 corners. Fouls. We both did 11 fouls, and no yellow cards. I mean, it wasn't. You know, we'll go on to the Cancelo and Mackie thing later, but no yellow cards. I mean, it was quite good. I mean, the weather conditions were terrible, obviously, but so that gave Oxford a benefit. But hey, that wasn't great, was it? I mean, let's be honest about it. Even the stats show that City perhaps not the City of old, and we know that, don't we? We know that from watching the games. We're not the City of last season or the season before by any means. Anyway, on to the good. 22 minutes, 1-0. And that was a typical great, fantastic City goal. They had us penned in our left-hand corner, I think near the left-hand post in our defence, etc. And we played it around, knocked it around, obviously created space. And quite soon we were up the other end. And Mr. Cancelo had a go, and I don't think it was going in anyway, but it took a little deflection and beat the Oxford goalie. So we got a little bit of luck, but a bit unfair on Oxford, but hey, that's it. And then we sort of went on to dominate a little bit after that. I mean, 29 minutes, Foden had a lovely effort on the near post, but the goalie made a really good save. First little bit of bad. I mean, I don't want to say bad about Raheem Sterling on the night. He scored a couple of goals, obviously, but he was put through. He had a poor miss. He was put through, and he didn't just hit it wide. I think he, 7 or 8 yards out. I think he put it about 5 yards wide. It was absolutely dreadful. But that was probably Sterling's night. I mean, he put the simple ones in, obviously, but he didn't have a great match. I mean, we'll go on to the man of the match later as well with obviously Sterling, but a bit swirly. Looks as though it's behind it. It looks as though we benefited from the wind in the first half. Looking at the game overall. I think playing into it slightly helped the teams because obviously Oxford in the second half are a revelation. But look, start the second half, ugly. I mean, I've called this ugly, not bad, just ugly, because to concede a goal after 22 seconds is absolutely diabolical. I'm sorry, from any level, even no matter how many youngsters we've got on the pitch. I mean, we're caught sleeping. I mean, and also there's no VAR, is there, on these games? But I mean, the ball was moving from the free kick. It was a moving ball. So we've seen it, haven't we, in the Premier League? The referees been very keen on that, and VAR picking on that and bringing the ball back when the ball's been moving. And it was moving. No comment was made by the commentator. Look, they're the underdogs. We're not going to get anything away. We don't want people to feel sorry for us. We want to win these games through the fact that we're a better team, not for things like the ball moving. But it was moving. It shouldn't have been allowed to stand, but it did. And all credit to Oxford. That was a great goal, and we were absolutely pathetic by City, to be honest with you. But within, it lifted the crowd. Obviously, the Oxford crowd were up for it. But within 51 minutes, Angelino whipped a cross in, absolutely great cross. And if Sterling had missed it, I mean, we would have cried, wouldn't we? But a great cross from Angelino. It was an Angelino type cross, wasn't it, from Angelino? So that was 2-1 for City. That was really good. And at 2-1, he started making the substitution, didn't he? But he brought on Gundogan for Rodri on 58 minutes. Pep brought on Jesus for Angelino on 61 minutes. And then obviously we scored again, and really should have been the end of the game, shouldn't it? That should have been game over. And again, Oxford hadn't really done that much up to the 70th minute. But again, Jesus' tenacity, really. It was a nothing ball out of defence. I think we just an air ball out of defence to get rid of it, basically, because Oxford had started to put a little bit of pressure. And I don't know, Jesus was sort of went up for it and challenged, ended up as Jesus does, sort of in a funny shape and on the floor, but he got up quickly, obviously, and actually managed to get it back to the City player. Anyway, eventually it broke for Jesus, who did really well on the wing, on the left, broke left, and across again for Sterling to tap in again on his own, no marking on Sterling, a nice simple goal again. And Cancelo hit the post very soon after, which was another bit of goal. So at 4-1, yes, he would have definitely been dead. But even at 3-1, it should have been dead. And now we got the wonderful commentator, Bernabé came on for Sterling, but Bernabé he was calling him. I think that's the stadium we're going to, isn't it? I think the commentator was calling Bernabé, and I was like, it's Bernabé. And obviously we call him Bernabé. I'm not good at pronunciations, as you know, but I refer to him as Bernabé, but I don't know, whatever. It's confusing me, but he's not Bernabé anyway. He's not the Bernabé Stadium, is he? So that was quite funny. So Bernabé came on for Sterling. And then we had obviously the last 15 minutes. I mean, we just hanging on. We were terrible. I mean, Oxford had 4 or 5 chances. We had Mr. Mackey came on for Oxford, who was the one who, I was obviously the commentator, based on his pronunciation. He may have been wrong, but he informed us, obviously, he was the guy who scored QPR's second goal in 2011 at Main Road that had us all panicking. And there was a little bit of little bit of spat between him and Cancelo, wasn't there? And I think, looking again, I've not had a chance to look back properly. I think Cancelo did try and sort of trip him a little bit, and then he reacted by trying to kick Cancelo. So, I mean, both players really should have perhaps been at least booked or off, to be honest with you. He didn't show any bookings last night. As I said, the referee, I thought overall did okay, actually. I didn't think he did that bad, apart from missing the moving ball and the free kick. So, yeah, they were at it for a couple of minutes. Bloody handbags, wasn't it? Handbags with Cancelo and Mackie. But as I said, at Oxford had 4 or 5 good, not half chances, but good chances. And we were panicking. We were clear. We couldn't put our foot on the ball. We couldn't. Our defence, the midfield wasn't giving our defence any sort of outlets to actually play the ball out. And we were pretty awful, to be honest, with that last 10 or 15 minutes. It was dire. And they looked like, the Premier League team. And we weren't very good, to be honest with you. So overall, I mean, we got through, but I don't think it was a great performance. Looking on social media, I don't think most fans were happy with that. We have to be happy to get through, obviously. But I don't think a lot of the fans are happy. Let's have a look at the ratings. Let's have a look at Stuart Brennan's ratings, and I'll go through what I give him. It's funny, actually, most of my scores are quite high considering I didn't think we played that well, but I think most of it is mainly due to the fact we controlled the game in the first half, but obviously the second half was a bit diabolical. But I didn't knock too many points off for the second half. Anyway, I didn't actually do much with that. So let's have a look at Mr. Brennan first of all. Right. Claudio Bravo had to be sharp to tip Fasu's shot over. I mean, Fasu, wasn't very good, was he? I mean, that was, I think, most of the time he blazed over or something, didn't But Raheem Sterling was a culprit of that, wasn't he, as well? Claudio Bravo had to be sharp to tip Fasu's shot over the bar and pull off a fine reflex stop but generally safe and secure. So he's given him a 7. I mean, yeah, I give Bravo 6.5 because he did make a couple of okay saves. He made a couple of over-elaborate saves, but I think I've said before, he does look a bit happier coming for crosses and, big Edison does. So I'm quite impressed with that aspect of it. I mean, we know what it's like for coming for crosses and flapping at them. Old Trafford, 3 seasons ago, whatever it was. But, hey, at least he comes from and he does give it a little bit more, even though obviously overall, obviously, I'd have Edison any day, but yeah, I give him a 6.5. So that, as you know, 6 is my base mark for player ratings. Cancelo grabbed his first goal for the club, an enterprise run down the right, and a touch of luck has deflected past the keeper. Yeah, I mean, you make your own luck. Cancelo, Stuart's giving him 7. Again, I give him 6.5. I thought it was okay. I mean, he's an old head. Perhaps he could have been his experience a bit more to help the defence when we came under pressure. But as you say again, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt with the conditions, etc. As I've done with most of these marks, to be honest with you. I've been a bit kind today, even though I wasn't overly impressed with the display. Eric Garcia maintained his cool as Oxford applied the screws in the second half. His judgment is excellent at times, and Stuart's given him a 7. Yeah, again, I've given him 6.5. I'm sort of stuck on the 6.5 with the defenders here, you'll find when I do my ratings. Yeah, but he's given him a 7. Stuart's very generous with these, you'll see, with all his scores. Taylor Harwood-Bellis used his height well to keep Oxford at bay, and Matt Taylor's goal would have been tough for an experienced centre-back, and he's given him 7. Yeah, I mean, he got beat, didn't he? He got, but it's just one of those things of Taylor took it really, really well. I mean, he's given Harwood-Bellis 7. I give him 6.5 again. Angelino revelled in his advanced role, linking well with Bernardo and Zinchenko and laying Sterling's goal on a plate for 7. Yeah, I mean, he did all right going forward again. He wasn't asked to do much defensively, was he? I think Zinchenko was doing more defensively. So Stuart's given him a 7 again, and I said, I'm stuck at 6.5 on Angelino. There's a couple of things where he could have done better, I think. Rodri gave City full control of the game in the first half. They had problems containing Oxford after he was given a rest. Yeah, I mean, that may be part and parcel why they dominated. Perhaps we did miss Rodri. We didn't appreciate it so much when we were playing the game. He's given a 7. I'd give Rodri a 6.5 out of 10 as well, which are okay marks from me and Bernard anyway. Phil Foden ran the show in the first half with some exquisite passing, not least for Cancelo's goal, but perhaps got leggy after the break. So he's given him 7 again. I mean, yeah, I was on definitely 7.5 by half time, but he was pretty absent second half. I forgot he was on the pitch at times. Stuart's giving him 7. I would give him a 6.5 based on his first half display, but yeah, he disappeared, and a lot of the midfield did. I said they weren't really putting the foot on the ball and controlling the game most of the second half, so he did disappear for me. Alex Zinchenko slotted straight back in where he left off as an accomplished left back. battle with Mendy is on, and he gave him a 7. Yeah, I mean, I'd give Zinchenko only a 6, actually. I didn't think he was that great. I thought I saw a little bit more of his experience coming to the fore last night with the kids playing as well. I've only given Alex a 6 for turning up, so perhaps I've been a bit mean, but I wasn't overly impressed again. Riyad Mahrez still playing careless passes back into his defence, but his foreign infield cleverly created the space for Cancelo. He's giving him 6, so even allowing for the but again, Mahrez I give 6 as well, but he scraped to 6. I could have easily because he did get the ball away a few times, and we couldn't really do that last night in those conditions. We were caught short a little bit, and again, he did 2 or 3 nice things, a couple of good attempts on goal, but Mahrez again against a championship, so he should be tearing these teams apart, shouldn't he? But he's struggling a bit, Mahrez, and he didn't stand out. So we both give him 6 anyway. Raheem Sterling plays central, scored 2 goals to make it 18 for the season, but otherwise had a bit of a stinker. So yeah, he's giving him 7. And I give him 7 as well, even though, yes, he had a stinker. But I have to mark him as a 7 because he was there to score 2 goals. But he had an awful game again. I thought he might have been rested last night, actually. I think something needs to be done because he's having pretty bang average game after bang average game, isn't he, Sterling? It's unfortunate. And here's a funny one. This is one where people have been disagreeing on social media, etc. Bernardo Silva works as hard against Oxford as he does the top teams and injected quality at every turn. And Stuart's made give him an 8, which is his highest score of the day. And I've also, with Bernardo, I'll give him a 7. So obviously I've given him the joint highest score with Sterling. So I'll give him a 7. I didn't rave over him, but I thought he played pretty well. But obviously, social media are really down on him, saying he didn't play well at all. But hey, again, it's opinions, isn't it? I thought certainly the first half, I thought he played really, really well. But I can't really say anyone on City's team defensively, midfield wise, in the second half played well anyway. So he did disappear like Foden did. But no, I thought he wasn't as bad as some people are saying. I thought a little bit of Bernardo's on the way back to me. I think he's coming back into a little bit of form. Fingers crossed. Yeah, so I give him a 7. Stuart give him an 8. Of the subs, Gundogan came on, obviously. He calmed the storm. Stuart's give him a 7. I saw him give a couple of people have agreed with Stuart on that, but I give Gundogan as 5.5. I don't think he did calm the storm. I think he got caught a couple of times. Like Mahrez, he gave a couple of bad balls away, and in places where we struggled a bit. I wasn't overly impressed with Gundogan, but again, as I said, it's all opinions. But I didn't either. I give him the lowest mark of any City player. I know he's only on 30 minutes, but I wasn't impressed. I don't think I hoped he was going to calm the game down, but I don't think he did. So I give him 5.5. Jesus for Angelino, obviously he's giving Stuart's giving him 7 for the assist. Yeah, I mean I give Jesus 6.5, and yeah, I mean obviously he made a nuisance of himself, but he didn't get a lot of service, did he? It was a battle at the back. Bernabé, obviously Stuart's not rated him. I give Bernabé a 6. He was okay as he came. He didn't do anything particularly wrong, did he? So on to United, isn't it? In the next round, we've got to put up a better shift against them than we did in the league game. Obviously, over 2 legs. Yeah, I'm confident we can beat them, but we're going to have to see a really big improvement. This is a bit of a letdown last night, but obviously there are circumstances why it was a letdown. Obviously, so I'm not going to get too down on it, but it was all credit to Oxford. Well done, Oxford. They played really well at times. It was hard to know which were the Premier time, which were the League One side. So all credit to Oxford because they're not exactly. I think they could be top 6. I think I said the other day if they win the game in and Oxford, but they're not exactly bossing it in the Division 1. So hey, there you go. But well done to them anyway. And just things on. The only other thing is. Pep and Arteta, obviously we'll talk about a little bit, but obviously there's a little bit of atmosphere. We didn't see them close together last night on the bench, did we? But so anyway, there's Stuart Brennan's got a little bit of that on I'll go into now. But the Pep Watch 3-minute interview, he's not happy at the moment, but I don't think it's particularly to do with the team. I don't think he was, he'll stick up for his guys, won't he? I think there's other things going on that have made Pep a little bit unhappy. So, but we'll talk briefly on that, as I don't want to go on too long with this, obviously. On the Twitterverse, at Wazza, WOZZA 64 MCFC, Manchester the capital of football. Yeah, they've done a Manchester Premier League table for the 2010 decade. Obviously, we've still got 2 games to go, so we're not finished the 2010 decade, but obviously City have finished top of this league with United second. So Manchester, even though they've had a bad sort of the 2010s, City played 378, won 249, drawn 65, lost 64. The goal difference plus 500. That's pretty amazing. Plus 500. The next nearest is Chelsea, who are actually third on the table with 331 goals difference, and United got 313, 313. But 500 goal difference, that's pretty amazing, isn't it? With points, 812 points, an average points per game of 2.148. And as I said, United are second at 1.966. So we're the only team in the 2010s with an average over 2. I can't, obviously, we've got 2 games left. I can't see it altering too much, obviously, to that. So that was nice to see. Touch of class, obviously, we talked about the man of the match, and Raheem Sterling got man of the match, and he gave it to at Jay Bailey 6_1, obviously shown the image of him receiving the award from Harwood Bellis, and Raheem Sterling then gave it back to him, because that's quite right, because that was a great gesture, wasn't it, from Raheem Sterling to do that. A few people tweeted on that, tweeted that anyway. AJS at AJS_AJS Blue 1. Another 2 easy cup draws this week for City, Real Madrid and Manchester United. When will this look end? Yeah, I totally agree there, don't we? And one of my old son's schoolmates was actually on Twitter at Premier League. So if you look at the at Premier League, and it's just about a City fan. The season card means I can take my boys to every game throughout the season. Read how Man City's under-18 season cards are making attending matches more affordable for families. So that's a little piece there at Premier League. And the guy they've actually featured is an old school friend of my son's, so that was quite nice to see. Becky Harwood Bellis, obviously the lovely sister of our footballer. Obviously, she posts a lot of nice stuff about her brother, and she posted 2 lovely blue hearts in answer to last night's thing, and obviously appreciated this Raheem Sterling thing as well. So she commented on that. Noisy Neighbours on Twitter. Arteta on the bench studying our tactics week from City. There's animosity, isn't there? I'll just quickly go on to the Stuart Brennan thing in a minute. Just before that, Walter just had a bit of lightness to it. Walter Smith at Man City Smith. We all know Walter Smith. Why does the Oxford back 4 sound like a posh porn star? So reading from left to right there, back 4 is Long, Dickey, Moore, Ruffles. Long, Dickey, Moore, Ruffles. So, hey, you've got to have perhaps Walter Smith's sense of humour to enjoy that. And obviously, the last thing, obviously, Stuart Brennan. If you read at Stuart Brennan, MEN on this, there's a bit more on this on there. Obviously, this is brewing into quite a confrontation between Arsenal and Manchester City. Damning stuff from a trusted blue source, and it was the headline is Man City hit back at Arsenal over Mikel Arteta in damning response from the Manchester Evening News. So if you want to go on to at Stuart Brennan, have a read of that, see what's going on. But yeah, the Arteta thing, obviously. It's brewing. It's gonna end, doesn't it? I mean, obviously, Mr. Pep isn't happy about it. He's not been a happy bunny a lot of this season, has he? But it's just something else to put on his plate. But hopefully, he'll get sorted one way or the other. Personally, I don't really want Arteta as a future City manager. I don't think he's going to be good enough. So I'm not unhappy, but I want Pep to be happy. So that's the only problem with that, obviously. So if Pep's happy, we're all happy, aren't we? So let's hope that's sorted one way or the other. We've got Leicester. Obviously, we've got United in the Carabao Cup, but now we've got Leicester this week in the Premier League. Leicester have won every game since losing at Old Trafford. So I think they've won away games, since they played at Old Trafford. So that's probably about 5 away games they've won on the trot, Leicester. So we know they're doing really well. They had a disappointing result at weekend against Norwich. Vardy didn't take his shooting boots to that game. Let's hope he leaves his shooting boots at home. On the betting, City are 2-5 on to win the game. It's 9-2 the draw and 15-2 for a Leicester win. So I mean that's not bad odds on Leicester. I mean, to win the league title, obviously Leicester are the best price 40-1, and City are now out to 8-1. So we're dropping like a stone, aren't we? The team, well, obviously we've got to go Edison, Walker, Thurner, Otamendi. And then obviously it's Zinchenko or Mendy at, I don't think he'll play Angelino. I know he's sick of me saying that, aren't you? Sorry. I don't think he'll play Angelino at left back. So it's either Zinchenko or Mendy, in my opinion. That'd be interesting, won't it? Yeah, so pretty basic back four that. I'm allowing for injuries. I'm not sure there's any problems that I'm aware of. Rodri, KDB. I think is David fit? I'm not sure if David's fit. I've not looked. I say I was hoping to get some information on the app this morning, but they're a bit slow. They're not up early like the rest of us. So obviously David or Phil Foden. I wouldn't be surprised to see Phil Foden in there, but I think he'll give Foden a rest and David will be back in if he's fit enough anyway. And I expect to see Bernardo again. As I said, I'm hoping he's back into a bit of form now. And Jesus, and obviously Raheem Sterling, who has got to play through his bad form, I think, and start doing it for us, hasn't he? Raheem, let's hope so. Because he is struggling, isn't he? I'll be back after that game anyway. I'll be there at the Etihad. I'll be out and around the ground. Any guys going, and if you see me, please say hello, because I won't know everyone by names, etc. I always try and catch Andy Martin and Ray if they're there. So obviously, less said about the obviously the different things. Obviously, as I said, I support both Man City Fan TV and City Fan TV. I support both operations. So I always let on and have a quick word with those. But obviously, any of you see me around there, please come and say hello. That'd be absolutely fantastic. And I'll be back after that. I'll be back on Sunday with a report, and obviously look forward to. Wish you all a Merry Christmas then, and obviously Wolves away, which is on the 27th of December, so a little bit of a break for the players, so absolutely can recuperate and get ready for the slog, and let's hope the Leicester game goes well. Let's hope for prediction. We're going to have to play well. Leicester are the sort of team that can hurt us, aren't they? Leicester, I mean, they've got we know that. We saw that a couple of seasons ago. They've got the players. We saw that in the championship winning season. Now they can damage us from the way they play, and unfortunately, our frailties are their strengths, which is definitely a worry. But I think it's going to be tight again. Will we keep a clean sheet, which we struggle to do? I don't think we will. I'll go for 2-1 to City. I'll go again a tight game, which a nervous game. I mean, let's face it, we're still behind, I think, aren't we? Even if we beat them, we still will be behind them in the table. But we're not worried about Liverpool now, are we? We've got to cement second place. We've got to go forward. Got to give Pep some confidence. Hope this Arteta thing's sorted out by weekend, so this isn't hanging over us. Get that done, City. Let's get on with it. Let's get Pep sorted. Let's find out what Pep's going to do. Let's find out what we're all doing as a team. There's too much inconsistency this season. There's too much going on behind the scenes. There's too many problems. It's we're still in there. We've still got chances for the Carabao. We've still got chances for the FA Cup, obviously. All right. Some people say the league's not dead yet, but anyway, we've still got chances for the top 2 or 3. Let's get second at least. Accept defeat, and we still got obviously the Champions League. Real Madrid, not even talked about that, but Real Madrid. So, but as I said, I wasn't really bothered who we got, to be honest with you. And I think most City fans are confident. Let's leave it till February and see how that one goes. Anyway, we'll talk about that near the time. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please look at all the links below to my different things. MovieGameNostalgia.com, my website, where I try and earn my living so I can get a bit of time to do these things. So please follow the links. I'm on Twitter at nostalgia_movie, on Facebook at Brennan with links to MovieGameNostalgia.com. And please check out all my vlogs for movie reviews and board game reviews, posters reviews as well. They're all on the playlist. So please have a look around and just dip in and out. There's movie quizzes there as well. So if you're with your family at Christmas, this Christmas, we've got nothing to do. There's 6 movie quizzes on there, 15 questions each. Have a bit of fun. So get your family and friends to have a go at that and listen to my dulcet tones and have a bit of fun with that. And there's kids' questions in there as well. So it's for all the family and friends. So yeah, there's a bit of a plug for the movie quizzes anyway. And I will be doing a big City quiz in the new year as well. Big City New Year quiz. Looking back at some of the stuff obviously taken from my Citizen vlog, Citizen past, and see what your knowledge is. Perhaps you'll learn something as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. Whatever you're going to do with the rest, have a great one. I'll see you all again on Sunday. Look after yourself, look after your friends, and more importantly, look after your family. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.